Hello everyone, I'm back here with another update. I'm stopped here for the night in Kalama, Washington. I have picked up my next load. Dropped off that load today. Picked up another one going to Hot Springs, Arkansas. I'm supposed to be there Friday. I don't know. I doubt if I'm going to get there with it on Friday. It may have to be bumped up to Monday or Saturday or whenever. I will get there Saturday, very likely. By the looks of it. Um, but we'll see. So I have not found out anything new about the building or whether it's been condemned or not. I really don't know. I tried to call the guy, but the office was already closed. I'll try again tomorrow, but he has not contacted me, so I kind of get the sense that it's probably something that I'm going to be able to work out with this person. If I lay out a plan of action and a financial plan for this building, maybe he will be willing to work something out over a period of time to where I can get the issues corrected, whatever they may be. So I am aiming for that. We'll see. If I can find an excuse to repair the apartments that these people who are not paying, and that other one who's, well, actually, the person that's been making problems for everybody else has been very quiet lately. I have heard nothing from him. So I don't know if he's calmed down or uh, not sure. I have not heard anything from him since last week. So yesterday I walked a total of over 17 miles. Um, I got about 3 miles in on the John Wayne Pioneer Trail, which is now called a different name. They changed the name of the trail. It's different. I don't remember what it is. I walked 3 miles of it and then took some dirt roads back. It was threatening rain all afternoon. A lot more showers popped up, even some thunderstorms, but I stayed for the most part dry most of the time. They were around me, but I didn't really get rained on too much, just a little bit. I did have my rain jacket with me, so I was able to stay relatively dry and did not get a ride back at all. I walked all the way back on some dirt roads, and then there was one section where I just cut across some fields to connect up two roads. There was a gap there, and I just made my own path through the gap between the two roads. And so, yes, there was winter weather further east of me. Um, it was very chilly. I had to run the heater last night to get it warmed back up. I was cold. And so, yes, that's going to be my next destination, Arkansas. and the load does pay pretty decent. I will make a profit on it. And so, yeah, here I had a chicken finger meal, and they were so huge that I gave half of it to somebody that was chatting with me, an older guy, and I offered him half of it, and he took it. Rather than throw away half, I just couldn't eat it. Those chicken fingers were the size of two and a half a piece. There were three. So the weather here is, as you can see, it is wet. It is very chilly. I don't even think it got up to 60 today. And going up over Snoqualmie Pass earlier, it was down to 46 degrees, and it was the middle of the day. It was late morning, and it was only 46 degrees going up over there. So if it was much colder, there would have been some snow falling. Many of the mountains still had snow just above the pass, and the ski areas still had a few patches of snow left on them going over the pass. And with this kind of weather, not much melting. So that leads me to talk about this year's hurricane season. I know that they say that there's been 3 named storms already, and that means we're going to have a super busy season. I disagree with that, and I also disagree with that we've had 3 tropical storms. Those storms were not really tropical systems. None of them were, including this latest one. I mean, this latest one did form in the Bay of Campeche. It moved up, but looking at the cloud patterns of this system, it almost looked like a wintertime low pressure system forming in the Gulf. It did not look tropical. It looked like a low pressure system that was formed by the clash of 2 air masses, a dry air mass to the west and a very humid air mass to the east, were clashing, and that formed a low pressure system in the Gulf. It had nothing to do with the tropics, really, other than that the moisture from the tropics got sucked up into it. It's developing low. From Central America, there is a lot of moisture down there. And there was a spin in the atmosphere, but it was not a tropical system. They named it, but the system is moving north. I think through the upper Mississippi Valley. But does that mean the tropics are going to be busy this year? As I pointed out in a previous video, highly unlikely that it's going to be a very quiet season, because we're in a phase of cooling globally. You need heat to get tropical weather systems. The sun is still continuing to be, for the most part, very quiet. We're in a deep minimum. The oceans are cooling. The westerlies are going to be too far south across the Atlantic. It's going to inhibit the development of these storms. Of course, they're basing their forecast on the La Nina that's supposed to be developing, which already likely is developing in the Pacific. And as I said in the previous video, they're basing their forecast on one factor that really doesn't. La Nina does, I don't think, really encourages hurricanes. In times past, La Ninas usually followed El Ninos, strong El Ninos. So the lag effect of the El Nino, because the water's warmer, warms up the atmosphere, and there is a lag effect on the atmosphere, so that when the La Nina hits that follows it, you have a warmer atmosphere, you have more warmth leads to more storms. And just coincidentally, the ocean bounces back and goes to a La Nina after an El Nino. It's like a bounce back effect. But when that La Nina hits, the atmosphere is still in a lag effect from that El Nino. It's warmer. So it makes it appear that La Nina causes more tropical systems, and it's not the La Nina that's causing it. It's the warmer atmosphere that follows that El Nino that causes the storms, not the La Nina itself. A La Nina in itself would not cause more hurricanes. It takes heat out of the system. You gotta have heat to get hurricanes and tropical systems. So yes, I feel it's going to be a very quiet season this year with similar risks areas from last year, because we're in a similar weather regime. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you found this, my take on the tropical weather season, interesting. So the reasons why I feel the way I do. And I will be back soon with another update.